This is a very standard high frequency hearing loss. We see this about 90% of the time. And the problem with this hearing loss right here is because of the English language. The vowel sounds come from our vocal cords. They're always low frequency shifted. A, E, I, O, U. You can hear how bassy they are. A, and I'll tell you another thing. Because they're coming from our vocal cords, A, E, I, we can make them as loud as we want. These sounds are very powerful. We rarely have hearing loss in this range, and for those reasons, most people hear vowels just fine. Because of the way the cochlea is made, and of course other factors, heredity and such, most people have high frequency hearing loss. Meaning, at these higher frequencies, we have a tendency to need more and more volume to begin to hear those tones. Here's our problem. Consonant sounds, S, F, T, P, K, TH, SH, all of these sounds occur by blowing air through our lips and our teeth and our tongue. That's all we're doing. We're blowing air through a combination of our lips or our teeth and our lips or our tongue and our teeth. And anytime we do that, anytime we blow air through our lips and our teeth and our tongue, it creates a very, very soft sound. There's not much volume when I go t, t, t. There's plenty of volume when I go A. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Also, just like a whistle, anytime I blow air through my lips and my teeth and my tongue, I create a very high frequency sound. So here's our problem. Mr. Johnson takes a minimum of 70, 80, 90, 80 decibels to begin to hear these sounds, and consonants occur in this range. The problem is the consonants are only about 30 dB, and he takes a minimum of 60, 70, 80, 90 decibels in some cases to begin to hear those sounds. You know what that means? When Miss Johnson says, "Hey, hon, that's a nice watch. What kind is it?" Mr. Johnson looks up and goes, "Oh, it's about 315. That's an old joke. The point is that he hears the vowels but not the consonants. Miss Johnson says, "Hey, hon, where's my hat?" Mr. Johnson looks up and says, "We ain't got a cat. Did you call me fat?" This is how it works. He is going to hear these vowels very clearly. He will not be able to hear these consonants. It's mathematically impossible to hear the beginnings and endings of the words without these high frequency nerves being somewhere in the normal range. So what do? Well, you find you a nice, honest hearing aid man, and you have him design you a hearing device that brings these sounds from here back into the normal range. Ideally, we want to apply an equal but opposite amount of amplification to each of these frequencies to offset the hearing loss that we're seeing here. You don't want these up here. You don't want bionic hearing. You just need them back in a normal range so that when somebody says cat, you hear the C, you hear the A, and you hear the T. Let's talk about this over here. You don't want to mess with these low frequencies. 20, 30 dB is okay. These are very powerful sounds. You start bringing these back up to perfect, or heaven forbid, over amplifying these low frequencies. This is where everyone says, "Oh, my hearing aid's so noisy. I get all this noise. I hear all this background stuff." This stuff is your background noise, and you start messing with these, and you're going to have trouble. This one here, all right, we can tweak it. It's down here at 50. Let's bring it up to 20. Let's give it a little amplification, but for the most part, you want to leave these sounds alone. Here is the problem. Without high frequencies, we hear, but we cannot understand. Things sound muffled or mumbled. Let me give you an example of what it sounds like when somebody has high frequency hearing loss. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you eliminate those consonants, it sounds muffled. It sounds like people are mumbling. There is no distinction or clarity because of the lack of these sounds. And as always, my name is Robert Hutchcraft. We are Advanced Hearing Technologies, and I'm always glad to help.